Hello, 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 how are you? 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 I'm fine, I'm fine. I hope that you are too. I'm fine, I'm fine. I hope that you are too. Hello, hello, hello. Do 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 do. How are you this morning? Do 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 do. Did you wash your face and brush your teeth? Do 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 do. Did you comb your hair and dress yourself? Do 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 do. Hello, hello, hello. Do 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 boo boo. Good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Golden back today with another great book to read to you. So let's sit down in a nice quiet spot and listen closely. Okay? So today the name of this book is called Corduroy by Don Freeman. And guess what? He not only wrote this book, he drew all of the pictures that are in the book. So this book is called Corduroy by Don Freeman. Okay? Ready? Here we go. Let's put on our listening ears. Okay. The store was always filled with shoppers. Make sure I get this right. With shoppers buying all sort of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, the little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost a button to one of his shoulder straps." Poor Corduroy. Poor little Corduroy. And Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost the button," he said. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." And late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere, everywhere on the floor for his lost button. And suddenly he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator and up he went. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. "I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain." So he stepped off the escalator, and as it reached the next floor, there before his eyes was an amazing sight. tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. This must be a palace, Corduroy gasped. I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace. He wandered around, admiring the furniture. This must be a bed, he said. I've always wanted to sleep in a bed. And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. Why, here's my button, he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down. So he yanked and he pulled with both paws until pop, off came the button. Off the mattress, Corduroy toppled. And bang into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a big crash. Oh my goodness! Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above, and when he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. Now, who in the world did that? He exclaimed. Somebody must be hiding in here. He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw two fuzzy brown eyes and ears, sticking up from under the cover. Hello, he said. How did you get upstairs? The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and he carried him back down the escalator and sat him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customer came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the little girl he'd seen only the day before. I'm Lisa, she said, and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home. Shall I put him in a box for you? The sales lady asked. Oh, no, thank you, Lisa answered, and she just carried Corduroy under her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight into her own room. Corduroy blinked, and there was a chair and a chest of drawers. And alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. And the room was small, nothing like the enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." And Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and she gave him a big hug. Oh my goodness. The end. Wasn't that a nice story, boys and girls? I love this book. I love the story about Corduroy. Now, Corduroy is in his own home, in his own room, in his own bed with a friend, a new friend called Lisa. So, guess what I'd like for you to do today? I'm going to ask you today to talk about your book. Talk about the story that you just heard about Corduroy and Lisa and his new home. And how do you think Corduroy felt being in his own home, in his own room, in his own bed? Tell your mom and your dad or your brother and your sister. And guess what? I'd also like for you to draw a picture about it and then send it to me. I've put my email on this video so that you can send me some letters or some nice pictures to have them attached, okay, to an email. Okay? So, boys and girls, I'm on my way out, but tomorrow I will see you again. So, thank you. We'll be back again, and I'll be singing some more hello songs and good morning songs, and I'd like to see you. Goodbye, boys and girls. This is Miss Golden. See you tomorrow.